we're gonna participate today, otherwise it's gonna be a really boring class. Who here's farming right now? And farming can mean anything from like sending mail, walking your neighborhood, like you have a goal of trying to do something within a neighborhood.
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah, all of you, maybe, yeah. Shane?
Well, I just started one and then I
Okay,
changed my mind.
okay. Why did you change your mind?
My title company,
Okay,
how to change my mind.
all right.
It's
That's what we got
a
there.
long story, but
All right,
I'm starting the new year
Okay.
different.
we're gonna keep going forward. Keep going forward, we're going into 2024 now. What is your farming strategy? So, if you raised your hand, you're trying to wear the skin of your farm, I love that. Mailers, dressing up as Santa Claus, events, how often are you doing events?
Well, 4 main events
Okay.
a year, and then how many do we have on the calendar for next year?
We have 36 on the calendar.
36 new events.
It's fine. It's good.
I love that.
Yeah.
How do you get the word out for your events?
Well, we started, when COVID happened, I started bringing a food truck into the neighborhood, and that's, to this day, we do food trucks. During the summertime, we do two a week, and we just sit out there.
Wow, 2 a week.
Like now, we'll bring, when it's cold, we'll bring our fire pit, and we'll just hang out with the neighbors.
People literally
and-
bring camping chairs to hang
Yeah,
out.
bring
with.
camping
That's
chairs.
pay for their food.
Yeah.
Yeah, they pay for
That's
us. We just schedule it.
Right.
We have like months worth of food trucks on the list. And we get the food trucks from the neighbors, so we include them, like, hey, who do you want? And we call them, they say, hey, we want flippin' hibachi. Hey, flippin'
That's
hibachi,
awesome.
come on.
That's
And we
bad.
sell them out, that's our thing too. We try to, the trucks, anyways, that's totally off
Got it.
subject.
Got
So
it.
that's, yeah, what we do, kind of, that's
Thanks
how
for
it
sharing.
started.
All right, 36.
Building, we do everything there. So-
Okay, all right, I love it, good. What about like any circle prospecting, micro farming, you even do that, you get a list, you focus strictly on your neighborhood, but if you get a listing somewhere else, would you micro farm that, will you do like a blitz, anything for the
We
open
do many
house?
open houses on
Okay.
those, and you know,
Okay.
we'll door knock the closest
Yep.
15 neighbors, that kind of thing.
Voicemail drop, I heard you
Yeah,
do,
fly dials.
yeah, you do mass text at all, you mess with text?
No, we're still trying to figure all that out.
Yeah, we could use some of them.
Got it. Real quick, I'm not covering this too much, but if you need a really good app that I like, it's called Reach. Anyone heard of Reach? It's called Reach the app. It's incredible. It's very easy to use. It's, I think, $7 a month, unlimited text messages. And here's why I like Reach. Because you can import as many contacts as you want, and it doesn't send them out as a group text message. It individually sends them out one by one. You just press it, and it just goes.
Right.
And it comes from your phone number from you.
So you're sending a mass text, they just don't know it. Like,
Correct.
they don't receive it.
And you can
That's-
personalize it.
Right.
There's like a little, there's like a little thing like, hey, you could do a squiggly, hey, and it'll say, hey, Shane, hey, Ben,
Right.
hey, Michaela, and it just goes out, boom, 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 boom. So I use them a lot. With that, I would say just heed the warning of like, I'd be careful on abusing that with people that don't know you, because the last thing you want is your actual phone number to get flagged. But I found it to be incredibly valuable for anyone who's already in your contacts, your database, right? Maybe people that come to your events, right? Hey, we're doing another event coming up. We're gonna be having hibachi. Boom, sign up here or see you on Tuesday.
You can write it just like a normal text and then you click, this is the group I want it to go to.
It's awesome.
I had someone that was sending them to me, inviting me to poker, and I thought the dude was texting me. It took me 6 months to figure out that it was not.
Oh,
I
you're
was
like,
like,
I've
this
never
dude's-
responded. This-
Until Jared showed me, I'm like, I guarantee that guy's not texting me. But it took me 6 months, and even then, I'm like, but he's still inviting me to go play poker with him.
Yeah.
Can you guys see this?
Yeah.
Let's check this out. This is Reach. So it's pretty straightforward. There's like 3 tabs, right? You can see here I got my contacts in here. I control the message, so whenever I do kind of bigger events, I'll push this out to all my contacts, right? Hi, squiggly line, that fills in their name, right? I try to make it personalized, I do some emojis in there, right? Kind of humanize it. Hey, whatever, right? And I switch them up, and I just drive them to wherever I need to drive them to RSVP or wherever that is, right? Or it could just be like happy holidays. So,
It's unlimited texting.
yeah, it's
For
great.
I'm paying
$7.
$15 a month for 800.
Yeah. Reach, it's called Reach the app. It's a green,
I have it.
it's a green one, yeah.
I don't know what to do with
I don't
it.
either.
It looks like that, so.
There it is, you got it.
We'll play with it later.
Did you have it before? Or?
I guess I did.
Okay. Okay. Well, we can talk about that too. There's an easy way to import your contacts. All right, so that's reach.
45 minutes I spent.
I'm all about like, guys, at the end of the day, like we're all busy. It's like, how can I be as efficient as possible, right? I want to be personal. How can I be efficient? So that's a huge one that I'll use is reach. Love the slide dials and DM drops. Love that you're doing that. That always helps in a number of different ways. Is there any like dying questions or anything y'all like want to cover or talk about today, or like anything you want to focus on? I know we were talking about Facebook marketing, your farm, geofencing, and all that. Shane?
That sounds like a good direction to me.
Okay.
We pick a genre of people.
What do you
Like
mean?
if I wanted to market exclusively to, and I know because of real estate, we
Yeah,
struggle
yeah.
with this, but like, if we wanted to run an ad specifically to 35 to 45-year-old
Demographics.
male and female, I guess it doesn't matter the gender, but we want them to specifically be in this demographic of income, or what, can we get real specific like that?
You can, not with the system that I'm going to share with you today,
Okay.
but you can use another one called Cole Realty Resource.
Oh, yeah.
Has anyone heard of Cole Realty? It's funny, they've been around for like 80 years. And
We used to
they,
have a magazine or a big old book.
they've been around forever. And like, you've either heard of them or you haven't heard of them. And I used to have an account with them. Like, they've got great data. You know, hey, I want to hit people with 2 cars, with this many kids, with this level of credit score, with this much
Right.
income, with this age range. You can sign up, you know, for a month or whatever, pull your data and do that if you want to.
Okay.
So that would be the move, is Cole Realty Resource. Good questions. What else?
I like how you just have that as a tab.
Oh yeah, I've been there a few times. So today we'll talk about Title Toolbox. We'll kind of show you some stuff you can do in there. Talk about some cool direct mail strategies that I've learned from over the years that have been really effective. We'll dive into how you can run Facebook and Instagram ads and be just omnipresent, top of mind with your farm. And then we'll just share some ideas, okay, on promoting your open house or whatever. So I'm all about like efficiency, yes, being personal, yes, but also like what systems can I set up in place, and how many channels can I be on? I want to be on as many channels as possible. What I mean by that is like in person, direct mail, email, events, face-to-face, text message, phone call, right? And some of those, fortunately, we have those tools to help us out with some of those. So I want to dive into some stuff that might be helpful along the way as we go through this. If you want to we'll do this at the end. There's another QR code. That's done. Let's farm a neighborhood. So is anyone like here trying to figure out, am I going to pick a new neighborhood to farm, or you all kind of just that decided?
That's decided.
Okay, cool. All right. Easy. Cool, we don't have to look at that. If we didn't, we'd look at turnover ratio. I like to look at the competition. One thing, if you haven't done, that I think is pretty fun to look at, is if you go into the local MLS, I don't know if you've done this, but you can map out, use that polygon tool on the map, map out your farm area. And then what I like to look at is I then like to pull anything that's been listed or sold in the last 36 months, last 3 years. And then I look at everything that's sold or is active or whatever. And you can add, if you don't already do it, you can add the listing agent tab. I add listing agent and I sort it by listing agent. Now I want to know who the heck's my competition. Is there anyone out there? Okay, I got 15% of the farm. Is there someone out there that's also got a chunk of it? Who's got the most? So I always like to have intel on my competition.
And
So
then, what do you do with that?
and then I go and stalk
Go
them.
after
Then
them.
I go and stalk them. I see what they're doing.
Okay.
You know, yeah. Then I slash their tires and kick them out of the neighborhood. Right?
Create rumors about
Drop them off in the middle.
Yeah. Right.
Are you gonna dive into that,
Which one?
on how to do the, looking at your competition? I don't think.
I could. Yeah.
Anybody wanna look at that?
I'll show you real
So if
fast.
not, I'll just tell you.
Listen, I'll show you real quick. Now I don't have the local MLS here, but I'll show you how to do it. How I do it on Colorado. I don't know how
Same
different it's
system.
gonna be. Same thing. Okay, great. So here's how we look at our competition in a farm area. So I like to go to the search tab and I go search residential. Okay. Once I'm within the search residential tab, you might have saved parameters. You can see here I've got saved parameters up here. Let's just say we go back 1,000 days, right? Anything that closed in the last 1,000 days or is active. Then I pop over to this tab right here, the map tab, okay? Click it if it wants to work, maybe.
It's working.
This can even be used as a marketing piece. If you have a good control of the neighborhood, you can Google plot all of your addresses that you've listed and sold.
Sure. Give me an address in your farm.
7585 Montero Lane.
I don't know if I can even pull it, because I'm probably not gonna have all the data. So let's just pretend.
You got some.
Yeah, okay, so we got a couple. Then I use this tool right here, the polygon tool, right? And let me zoom out one here. Here's Mesa Ridge Parkway, how, like, pretty much like down here.
Right there,
Yeah.
exactly right there, yeah.
Yeah, kind of like down here, over this, right? Boom, boom, all the way there. Then kind of up. How far up? Like right up here?
Perfect.
Right there across?
Yeah.
Cool. Right, close that. Then I go back to my results over here, this tab. And now I can see certain filters. Now my tabs are set up separately, right? I work for a title company. I want to know who these are listed with, so I have a title company. But I could add in, I could click up here in the tab, I could insert column, right? And then I could type in list agent.
Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, so I
Because
go
I want to
down.
be able to see
Yeah, I know
what
you
the
got
large
all kinds of things I have just never thought of looking.
Yeah.
By
Yeah, I never even.
So I already added list agent, it's right here, okay? And then, once I do that, I sort by name, right? So now I can see,
I mean, you know what they do.
now I can see, is there anyone where their name just keeps popping down, right? I'm not seeing anything crazy here. Windsor, okay, that makes sense,
That's in there.
right? Treasure, Davis,
Oh, there.
Yes, you do.
you know, Monica's got a couple in there, okay. So I'm not seeing anything pop out, but this is what I would just take a quick look at.
Why are we not on
I don't know.
It's an.
He's
it's
pulling
an
on the-
FYI.
Because I'm not in the Springs MLS.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these guys are all agents that
I
I
was gonna
know.
say, I know how.
They
these
probably, do
agents
you
are.
guys list your stuff in RE Colorado also?
No.
These guys are treasurer and
Not
Monica.
myself.
Where the heck are you at, dude?
While I was sitting there, I'm like, I know exactly what's happening.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking for it, I'm like, what the hell's your name?
Yeah.
It's, they put everything in RE Colorado also. They put
This
it in
is,
both.
yeah, this is already Colorado.
There we go.
Yeah, okay. So obviously we're missing a ton of data, right? We're missing everything from the other MLS, so. But this is how you would do it. Okay? Cool. Yeah, so slash their tires, okay? All right. All right.
Thank you for showing.
Yeah, of course. If you haven't in a while, never hurts to look at the turnover ratio of your farm. You can do that. If you haven't done that, you can do it in Title Toolbox.
11.5%.
Damn, 11.5%.
Yeah.
That's really high.
It is.
Well, stop telling everybody about our.
Farm, damn, it is that heavy military down there for sure,
That farm happens
yeah.
to be like half a mile away from, what, 820, right?
Yeah, get 20.
Yeah, and that speaks a lot, right? I mean, makes sense.
I mean, everyone's got their own opinion on like what's the proper turnover ratio. I think it comes down to two things. Is one is what's their turnover ratio? Let's say anything above 6-7%. Then you got to factor in what's the average median, closing price, right? How much are those properties selling
Right.
for, right? Am I willing to sacrifice and have a lower turnover ratio, but have a higher list price? You know, so you just got to play that game and figure out and back in the numbers, right? Which you already did. Okay. Any questions so far? Okay, good. All right, so boom, look at your competition, look at your farm, strategize, figure out what are we gonna do, how much money are we gonna spend, execute, and then some stuff we can automate. We identified our farm, we looked at our competition, we're looking at the strategy, what's our plan, execute. Let's talk about some mailers. Okay, so raise your hand if you're sending at least one mailer a year. Okay, what are you all using? Or maybe you don't wanna share, I don't know.
Wise Pelican, that's what I mean, we're
Okay.
It
using.
says maybe you don't share.
He's like,
I'm sorry, I was just kidding.
She's mad at me now.
Boomerang, just learned from another agent today, I'm gonna look into it. Not Boomerang, we use that.
Sure.
But, mailbox, well, I wrote it down somewhere. It's mailbox power.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, write that, yeah, write this.
Mailboxpower.com, and they're an all-in-one platform to effortlessly
Okay,
do all your print media.
That's cool.
Maybe, yeah.
Mailbox power?
Yeah. The agent that uses it gets good results and does good work, so
Cool.
it was on my list to actually look into, so I can share.
Thank you for that.
So here's what, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Sharing is caring. Appreciate you, Shane.
I'm not here to keep anything to myself.
Good, I'm here to share as well. Here's my thoughts on direct mail. It all comes down to like how much time and energy do you want to put into it? Do you want to have it set up where it just automates out and mails something? Cool. Or do you want to be incredibly focused and have something very personalized? I'm going to share kind of both spectrums and everything in between. First of all, has anyone ever heard of Core Fact? No? Yeah? Core Fact? Okay. Okay. Has anyone ever heard of HomeBot? You all feel familiar with
Yeah.
HomeBot? Okay. Does anyone use HomeBot? Love it, hate it, opinions? Neutral? Okay. So if you've heard of HomeBot, Core Fact is the HomeBot of direct mail. So what that means, I'm going to show you, is this, is you send out a mailer, and every single mailer is unique. Core Fact is a marketing company at the end of the day. They do a ton of stuff. Honestly, the only thing, they do a lot of stuff. What I like about Core Fact is one specific feature, and that is the home estimate QR code postcard. Okay, they got a million of these. Guys, you can customize it, you can upload whatever you want, you can have it say whatever you want. But what I want to show you is what you're really paying for with Core Fact, and that is going to be the home estimate mapping feature. And I'm looking for one right down here because they moved it on me. But this is what you're paying for. So what this looks like is, say I'm a real estate agent, Jared, and I'm mailing and Michaela's in my farm, okay? When I send out my mailers to my 1,700 properties, okay, when Michaela gets this mailer is customized to her property. She receives the mailer, she gets this mapping feature on here. This is actual geographic streets around her home. Her home is lit up on here, and it shows properties that have sold in the last 12 months around her specific property. Okay, you could have it say, hey, Michaela, curious how much your home is worth, scan this QR code. This is what you're paying for with Core Fact. If she scans the QR code, I get notified. So now I know, at least if I'm mailing to 1,700 homes, I know at least the people that might be somewhat curious how much their home is worth, I can take that information, I can do with it as I want and be as aggressive as I want.
How accurate is that?
It's a great question. So that's some of the beef that people might have with Core Fact or HomeBot or whatever. Guys, it's no different than a Zillow's estimate or whatever.
Right, okay.
The values are never going to be perfect. Core Fact finally caught onto it. Instead of doing like a specific value, they're doing more of a range, okay? And what that looks like, let me scan this here because I know they've got like a sample one. I'm going to do a screen share so you can see it on my phone. Loading. It's going to have the real estate agent's information on there, right? All right, let's verify your info. Is this it? Yes, it's correct, right? There's Jared up top, the real estate agent. You can customize all that. It gives you a range, and then also too, for Michaela as the homeowner, right? Maybe you disagree with this, right? You can slide this up. My condition's better. This should be higher, right? So it's not an exact number because that was always the negative feedback, right? People get pissed off. But again, this is supposed to be an opportunity for you as the real estate professional to come in and
Create
say,
a conversation.
hey, let's do a CMA, right? Let's really dial in on this, okay? And also, it's just intel. Now, if you're sending out your mailers, you know who the heck is at least curious and scanning these things.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Questions? Cool. That's Core Fact.
What's the minimum that you can mail these out?
Yeah, I think it's 0 to
Is it a
50.
one-time thing, or do you have to?
Sliding scale, here we go. So I don't know how much y'all are paying. So they'll do, if you want to just have it said and done, let's say you're sending, 500 plus, all in, standard class mail, print and everything, 82 cents a mailer. It's bulk mail. So what that means is it just takes a few more days to get it out. That's cool. So that's just another idea. All right? Questions? Ben? Good?
No, I would say for what you're about to teach, the digital download is probably pretty useful, possibly. That $9, $10
Oh, yeah.
To where you could download the QR code and put an ad on it.
Yep, you can download it, run it as an ad.
QR.
Yep,
If that doesn't make sense now, it'll make more sense
yep.
to see.
Good point, good point. Yeah. Thoughts, opinions on this? Love it, hate it?
I like it.
Okay, next one, robotic marketing, anyone heard of this?
They're
All right.
nice.
So robotic marketing, I came across them because they targeted me with an Instagram ad about a couple years ago. This company was started by wholesalers, flippers that were just starting to get creative with their mailers. Okay, so again, just another strategy, something outside the box here. They basically started robotic marketing, and what it is you can sign up with them, and they're gonna send out, this is their move, they send out a letter that appears as though it's written out. These are all with robots, of course, that hold pens, right? And it writes out the return address as well as the address of the person, and then there's an actual stamp that goes on each of these individually. Then within there is a letter that you can control what that letter says, okay? Now, their price here, of course, they're trying to back it up and say they have a higher conversion rate. Now, I spoke with them, they're still kind of growing, startup phase. If you ever decide to use them, I've kind of got like a handshake agreement with them where they'll honor doing these at $1.10 total.
Oh, a
Yeah,
dollar.
but if I can,
$1.10. But you gotta do at least 500, that's the catch.
Send it out to the entire.
So if you do at least 500, they'll do it at $1.10. Just say Jared Larkin, Chicago Title referred me,
Shit, I could still
and they
write
should
a
honor
machine
it.
For doing it twice. Yeah, some of those handwriting machines are.
So this is under robot ink.
Yeah, I've seen them on Amazon.
because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm
It
like,
looks like
if I sent even one piece of mail, even at 110 to my entire neighbor, all 1,700 homes, I could have just bought the machine.
See, I think like Michaela.
Yeah.
I think like
Buy the
Michaela.
machine.
I didn't even think you could buy the damn machine.
Yeah, you can buy them on Amazon.
Yeah, you just
can buy
pick
them
out the
all
color
over.
pen.
Yeah.
Put it in its
Yeah.
little hand.
Yeah.
Well, but do these guys have any analytics, like track, is there a QR code on these
They
things?
don't, that's the thing. So I don't know how they track and throw out these numbers. That's the part
What
that I
if they put a
struggle with.
QR code as a sticker on the back, so you have to scan it before you open the piece?
There's another company that does that.
Yeah.
They'll do handwritten letters. I just can't remember the name of it. I looked into them a few months ago. But they actually put a little QR code on each letter or card. They'll send out like handwritten cards that are handwritten envelopes and
Yep.
everything. And then they have a QR code sticker on each one.
Got it. Got it.
And it's focused on residential.
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
see if I can figure it out.
Yeah, thank you. I love it. Share. Okay, next up, Boomerang DM. Who's heard Shane's heard of Boomerang? Y'all heard of Boomerang? Yeah. So here's the deal on Boomerang. A lot of agents I know, they like to send direct, if they're gonna send direct mail, they send Boomerang direct mail to their sphere, more their database. And what Boomerang is famous for, they're local here in Colorado, but you can pick a specific area, neighborhood that you're farming or whatever, if you wanted to, or wherever all your people are, based on their address. It's, oh no, wait, Linda.
Yeah, Linda, I saw her on there. Took me a second to figure
Yeah, she
out.
made the testimonial. So they're in these markets, but you can click within the market, and depending on where that person lives, they'll have personalized, customized coupons, discounts, freebies, whatever, admission to fill in the blank. And these get sent out once a month. So you can see them down here. Buy one, get one, sushi, cocktails.
December was
drinks.
buy one, get one for Cheyenne Mountain Zoo this year.
All right.
It's a good one. I like to make sure people get that one. I'm like,
And some agents, they'll, yeah, and it's just, some people love them, they'll put them up on their fridge, whatever. So just another idea, kind of something unique.
and they have all sorts of ideas too within their system about how to use it in social media and how to
Yep.
market with the materials as well.
Yep, you're right. Totally agree. Totally agree. So that's Boomerang.
Jared, have you ever taken your family to Cheyenne Mountain Zoo? You should.
Yeah.
I just want to talk. I don't
All
want
right,
to
that's
be
next.
The one that she was talking about is audience.code.
That's it.
Oh, Jared.
Yeah, right.
Look at that too. Yes.
Okay.
Think you make it high.
No, I'm keeping it up on.
All right, guys. Megan's got to go. Everyone's give Megan a big goodbye. Goodbye, Megan! Thanks for being
See you,
here.
Megan. It's good to see
Bye,
you.
Megan.
Guys too. Try the rest of the class.
All right, guys. I'm gonna show you a couple more.
Budget, okay.
Hang in with me here. Who's heard of thanks.io?
My cookies?
Anyone heard of thanks.io? I've yet to meet
Can I
someone
be
who's heard
real
of it.
sweet? Great, show me this.
Okay,
It's okay, I'll wait.
so thanks.io, here's the problem I have with the core factor with the QR codes, is that you can do the QR code and it's customized and it notifies you when someone scans it, but you can only do the home valuation feature. And what I want for me personally, this is the one that I use thanks.io because I like it because I can control where I send them anywhere on the internet. So if they scan the QR code, I can send them to my website, I can send them a blog post, I can send them my Instagram. And I can do all of that, which I think is a lot of fun. So that's what I like about thanks.io. Now, I'll say this, there's again kind of like startup growing. Their kind of back end is a little bit clunky. It looks like they just changed their home screen here. But I use thanks.io because what I can do is I can still take that QR code technology. Every single mailer is unique, but now I control where they go. So I'll do that for a variety of things, whether I'm pushing them to my website for blog posts or to my Instagram. I know an agent who's had a ton of success with this. I know we briefly talked about having an Instagram for your farm area. He created an Instagram for his farm area, and on all of his mailers, he encourages them to follow that farm. And follow that Instagram. And guess what's on there? It's not just like household. Yes, there's some of that. But it's like legitimately like things going on in the neighborhood, things to do. And yes, this takes a lot of time and effort, but the guy is putting up big numbers farming. So if you like want to take your farm to the next level and you're like, hey, I'm doing 36 events, and I'm dressed up as Santa Claus, and we're doing hibachi twice a week. Hell, let's just build an Instagram account too and like push out all these events and things that you're literally doing in the neighborhood. Like if I live in that neighborhood, I'd be like, man, I don't know what's up next. I want to follow it. And then here's the next level. We take this, which I'm going to jump into a little bit, is anyone who follows or engages with that Instagram account, we can run targeted ads to them. It's just a slam dunk. So again, just more ideas here, things I've heard that work. Last thing, get back to thanks.io. I also like it personally, and I know other systems do this, but I use this one for all of my scheduled stuff, right? I'll upload everyone's birthdays. There's this, you can, now you.
What are you finding those?
Ah, shit.
Sorry, no, do your thing.
It's a quick one.
I'm so sorry. You guys have a lot of
Facebook.
questions.
So Facebook, no, it's a good question. Yeah, so Facebook, there's, guys, there's, I'll just tell you to write this down. It's called Facebook Birthday Exporter Chrome Extension.
Oh, heck yeah.
So right here, check this out. Birthday, I tried a ton of these. This is the only one I found that works. Birthday calendar exporter for Facebook. Download this to your Chrome. You gotta have Chrome, okay? Then hop over into Facebook, okay? Then you open up the extension.
I'm doing it, I'm
Just write it down.
Jared, do you have a video for this?
I'll send you guys a video. I got a video for it. Anyway, it'll take you 5 minutes to do it. And then it will download every single person's birthday. Okay?
Thursday birthday card.
And then what I do is I take the birthdays, I match all those names up to my database and their addresses. I then uploaded it into thanks.io, and then about a week before their birthday, they get a birthday card from me.
Dude,
Okay?
Yeah.
yeah, because I was hand doing all that, and it's like that.
That's personal. I love that. But
It's a lot.
what my problem is I start out that path chain, and then you get busy, and I stop doing it.
Managing it,
You know?
it's impossible.
Yeah.
Well, I write them all and I
Yeah,
forget to mail them.
Can you do it?
It's managing it,
Right,
right, yeah.
Do anything.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Drop them all
So
somewhere.
this system, check this out. If you upload your list, right, you create your templates, you can upload it, it's connected to Canva, you can create it in there, wherever you want, right?
Oh, cool.
You change your message. The other thing I like about this, you guys, is they got like the handwriting style in the back. So, and I'll send stuff, I'll send like I sent a birthday card to my grandma, I'll just kind of use it for all sorts of things. But you can even do like the handwriting style where it looks like it's written with a Sharpie or whatever, right?
This isn't necessarily a farm, these are your sphere, correct?
This is my sphere, correct, because I don't have a farm because I'm a title guy.
Right,
But-
I'm saying you're recommending that, because I wouldn't farm and send birthday cards out. I would be, unless I knew that,
Unless
as a
you
farm.
somehow stock them really well.
Right, or like, right. Because what I do is at closing, I have all of that information and I feed it, collect it all and feed it into my CRM.
Yes, that's great.
And if I can't get it, then I go to Facebook and data mine it. And you can go to their direct, if you want to do the whole thing, you can go directly to their Facebook page, click on the
Pick it.
search their page and type the word birthday, and they'll usually post their kids' birthdays and everything on there.
Yeah.
So I pull all that up there.
A lot of people
But as
don't
long as I
have
know
their
them,
own birthday.
you know, that I've had a
Yeah.
relationship with them, I don't do
Right.
that for farms, but yeah.
Sure, totally.
Yeah.
So more of an SOI type of.
Yes, and if I really don't have it, I'm like, hey, I don't seem to have this, you know, can you guys send me this? And they always send it to me, so.
Yeah.
That's super
And
smart.
it's building another touch point.
I totally agree.
Is that a letter or that's a postcard?
That's actually, it's a postcard, good question. They do letters, that one's a postcard. And you can control the narrative and the style of the writing, they got them all in here, right? And it's got the QR code on there as well, okay? So that's how that one works. Funny story on the birthdays, I sat down with an agent and I showed her this app, Reach, the texting one. And she had not collected all the birthdays yet. So she thought it'd be a good idea to push out to, I don't know, a couple hundred of her close clients and say, hey, I want to know your, you know, whatever, doing special birthday things, trying to update my systems. Can you send me your birthday? And then she added there in, oh, hey, by the way, you know, we should catch up sometime. Let's grab coffee soon.
Oh, no.
She got like 100 people.
I love
They're like, hey, how's next week?
Good for her then.
So, hey, you know what? She had coffee dates for like the next 3 months.
Perfect for Christmas cards, you're trying to get dresses for her.
Yeah. So just be careful with this app, what you say in there, you know? It's just that good.
Maybe do it in blocks, you know, do like 50 people at a
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, the other way is I just sat down with an agent yesterday, Ben, and I were talking about, she'll do, I don't know if y'all are fans of Google reviews, but I'm a big fan of Google reviews. And one thing I just did when I was impressed with the turnout, I'll just like give out like a $150 Amazon gift card. You'd be surprised how many people will give you a Google review just to be entered into a raffle for a $150 Amazon gift card. It's incredible. So she was using the app to push that out, but she was doing it in increments, like 50 at a time for this week and 50 at a time for that week. And guys, I don't know how much you nerd out on Google and the Google business page, but I'm impressed with it. I was at 6 reviews, now I'm at 62. I got 2 inbound phone calls last week from random people. And I always ask someone I always want to know how the heck did you find out about me? And they're like, I came across your Google account somehow. And they read the reviews. Some people read these reviews. Anyway, I'm going off on a tangent,
I
but
do.
something
People
else.
read these reviews. Dude, I read them. Right? Oh, yeah. If I go anywhere, I'll read the reviews.
That's funny. All right, back to this. My wife, she's like 4.6 stars or higher. She won't even look at anything below that on my Google review. I want to show you. Now we talked about stuff that you can set up, and you can set it and forget it, and it can run, and you can do all that. Another company local here. I'm blanking on their name. I know they're in the
White Knight
slide deck.
Marketing?
White Knight Marketing. Thank you. White Knight. Y'all heard White Knight? So White Knight Marketing, local here in Colorado, they're great. This is where if you wanted to send out, hey, here's the farmers markets in the area.
Yeah.
Hey, here's all the holiday events.
What?
Hey, here's what's going on when the ski resorts open. Hey, right, it's localized stuff. Hey, here's a bunch of summer activities.
Is it pulling it for us or I have to find them?
They create it for you.
Oh, okay.
For your market.
Based on your zip code or whatever?
It'll be, so the guy that started this actually used to work at our title company in the marketing department. He lives in Lakewood. So he would do it if you asked him to do it locally. I think he would do it.
Right.
Generally speaking though, if you say, hey, I want it for Colorado Springs,
Oh.
he's gonna find the biggest ones, and it'll be farmers
Yeah.
market on, in Old Colorado City and
That's great.
and the farmers market in Briarland
Yeah.
or something like that. It may not be specific to your area.
No, and that's okay, not to our farm, but I have a lot of people, military, moving in. They're like, just tell me what Colorado's like. I'm like, okay, well, you could go all the way to Pueblo, go here. I try to help them
Right.
know there's fun stuff, not just in their neighborhood.
I love
So
these.
that's pretty cool.
I've got a couple agents that send me their mailers, and I just got one on all the holiday things, right? In various cities and towns, and I'm like, all right, cool, I'm for this one, we'll check this one out. So that's what it is.
Do you guys know these guys?
Yeah, I know that guy.
Do they have a version that we can send out on a newsletter email so it's not 75 cents a call?
Yeah,
That's a
I'll
great
send you his email.
Yeah.
You can just, he's a really nice guy.
I mean, it's another way you can make some money,
Yeah.
but not 75 cents a card.
Right.
And then if you
Right.
get them.
Sorry, I'm cheap, but.
Well, you can get extra cards sent just to you, so you can pass them out at your food truck
Yeah.
or your fire.
Well, we do everything with QR code.
Yeah.
So hey, here's a QR code, click this, and it's email. We don't, I wanna get away from this, but I understand.
I love that. Yeah, no, you're right. And yeah, no, that's a good point, right? Instead of mailing them out, handing them out.
Well, I mean, I always get extra, like with Boomerang, I get
Yep.
extra so I can pass them out.
Yep. Yep. All right, so those are some ideas. Now I want to talk to you all about like some really specific ideas where it might take a little bit of time to do these, but I've heard incredibly good results from these. Does anyone, do you know follow Tom Ferry at all? I gotta give him credit. Tom Ferry, love him, hate him, whatever, you know. At the end of the day, like the guy, he's talking to some of the top teams and agents and producers in North America.
I like what he
So
does.
So
I
he's-
wish
yeah.
Tom Ferry is the guy I follow.
Across my feed.
I agree.
Fun from.
I agree. But he does have his pulse on things that are working. So you guys can't see this at all. But I was at a mastermind event with him a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about this. And what you're looking at, I'm trying to zoom in here, is one thing that a lot of agents that he's working with that are doing that has been really good is like the Zestimate campaign. I don't know if you've heard of this yet at all. But like you can do this in a series of different ways. One popular way is just doing a text message to like your sphere, your database. And it's literally just going through one by one and saying, hey, Michaela, I was looking at your Zillow's estimate and it's at $1 million. And just keeping it super simple, like, do you agree with this, right? And then having conversation from there. But there's also a way of taking this the way he talks about and through a mailing campaign where the idea, he's got agents and team doing this and they're having a ton of conversion success, is on Amazon.com you can buy, this is where it comes back to having good data and good marketing ideas. You can buy clear, see-through envelopes, okay? And these agents are printing out these clear, see-through envelopes. And now, just again, you can put anything you want in there. They're printing out the Zestimate of that home, and then they're just writing wrong. Call us today to understand why, okay? Again, this is gonna take
I
time
don't
to
even
do.
have to open the envelope.
There is a thing that does it online too.
Would you think this is more, that approach is more successful than just doing a CMA for them and leaving it at their, like getting a hold of them, we have our hot movers list and we're like creating a CMA just quarterly and making sure every single person is getting a CMA, keeping updated?
Yeah.
Is that more effective? Because
I don't have the numbers, so I can't give you an answer.
because that
Can't
seems
give you an
like
answer.
a conversation starter faster than just a CMA that they don't know how to read.
Yeah.
Because everyone recognizes the Zillow, everyone
Yeah.
knows his estimate, you know, and,
Yeah. I listen to a lot of the Tom Ferry podcasts, and honestly, the guy that I really like is a guy named Jason Pantana, who's kind of Tom's go-to marketing guy. And Jason shares a lot of ideas. I was actually listening to this morning. The other thing that they're doing right now, again, this is in farming, it's more like anyone on social media, is doing equity reviews and talking about, hey, I just was talking with Shane and we were doing an equity review for him and we found out that he's got $200,000 in equity that since we helped him buy his property X number of years ago. If anyone's curious to just have a free equity review, respond to this. And they'll do polls and stuff, and that's been incredibly good response.
I like that.
Can I get
Not
the
trying
wording
to
on the
sell their
posted
house.
again?
Yeah,
Can I
what?
get the wording that they have on the posted again?
Totally.
Don't
Yeah.
you should-
No, this is, no, you're totally right. Wrong. Can you see that? Wrong. Call us today to understand why, ...
Okay.
Yep, 3 exclamation point, 2
They
exclamation
only put
points.
2, but it needs 3.
Okay, throw a third one in there. Shane saw the numbers,
Odd numbers, really easy to die.
right?
That's true.
Okay? And yeah, I looked it up on Amazon. You can buy like clear envelopes. I like that idea. Even if you're not gonna do
That's
this,
clever.
just if you're gonna mail stuff in through a clear envelope. I haven't gotten a clear envelope in the mail yet.
And
okay?
then even the mailman sees my stuff.
Just saying, that's not, you're not wrong.
I don't know, dude,
Yeah.
some do it.
The other one that I liked that he said this one team is doing that's just had a crazy QR code. Did y'all watch the Super Bowl that one year with the crypto company? And the ad for 30 seconds was literally just a QR code that like bounced around the screen. And like they like exploded. Like I think their like website crashed or something because so many people scanned it because it was just like, what is this? She took that concept and she did it with direct mail. So she didn't put her face on there. She didn't put her name on there. She said this, okay? Literally just like a QR code, her brand colors, and it just says, check your home's value here with a little arrow. And
Leave it.
yeah.
Leave it.
Leave it. I can text
Does
this.
that move around the screen too?
I can text this to you too. No, I wish that'd be next.
Oh, I was like, that's.
But this is on mailer, right? So you get this in your mail, you're like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know? And again, like just got a ton of people who raised their hand from that. So those are two kind of ones that I took away.
Generic and no branding, nothing, just simply a call to action.
And here's the stats.
Huh.
13,000 delivered, 282 responses, 132 contacts, 9 appointments, 7 listings.
I'll do that.
Orange, 10,000 delivered, 265 responses, 92 contacts, 6 appointments, 3 listings.
13,000 delivered. Not
Sure.
accepted.
Sure. Generated 10 listings and 2 buyer deals. Okay. All right. That's kind of all my ideas, guys, on all that stuff. So this was good. Last but not least, I know we're running up on time here. I just want to talk a little bit. Oh, we'll jump on this real quick. HomeBot. So core fact, HomeBot, if you haven't heard of it, I'm a fan of HomeBot. Some people don't like it because again, like the value might be wrong, but I like HomeBot. For those of you who haven't seen it, they've got a buyer's version and they got a listing agent version. And I open my email every single month. Ben, do you get HomeBot?
Yes,
You do?
I click on it, yes.
You click on it. I've been getting HomeBot for years, and I just like to click on it. First of all, it's just a really good user-friendly experience. They've got kind of the pink branding. When I load this property report, it's about me, right? It's all about me. And that's why I like it. And that's why HomeBot has been so successful. And I don't know what the stat is right now on email open rates. It's very low, 5% or less. I got a buddy who works at HomeBot. He said their open rate is somewhere around like 70%. And again, I spoke earlier about like just being top of mind and setting things up that can run. Maybe you've already got an email campaign, maybe you don't. What I love about HomeBot is for you can spend $25 a month and upload $500 contacts per $25 spent. And they can get a customized home evaluation, bless you, cough you, I don't know which one
Sorry.
that was.
I don't know what it was either. It's just simple.
For their property. And if you haven't seen it, it looks like this, right? It shows the agent or the lender, how much they think your home is worth, how much equity you have in that property, right? How much principal, how much interest. Hey, if you save this much more, you can save this. Doesn't make sense to refinance, okay, right? They're real numbers based on what you're at. If you rented your property outright, this is what we think you could get. What can you do with that money? And that's it. That's all they are. And I love looking at this thing.
Wait, can you put in a specific address? I think I missed that.
Let's see.
Because what is that?
This is the one that I get for my property.
For your property?
Yeah. But and they dangle little carrots here, like, oh, I disagree with this. Let's tune that value, right? What do you think it is? And the moment I touch this thing, the agent gets notified, right? And then that's a carrot for you to say, hey, and you approach it however you can without sounding like you're stalking them.
It's kind of cool
Sure
too
thinks
because
his house is worth $2 million, he's crazy.
they won't send the email, to my understanding, if the value goes down from like whatever it was, it just won't send the email. So it's kind of,
Oh, I get the email.
Intuitive.
The little
but does it ever go down?
I do.
Yeah, it went down right here in April. Down, it's been.
Yeah, so maybe who
Is that
told me that's full of junk.
I get mine every month. They also have one for buyers if you have people that don't own a home. But I think email marketing, top of mind, something that people open, and I can spend $25 a month and stay in front of 500 people, and it just rolls. That's pretty cool. Okay. Guys, sorry, this is kind of like a buffet today. Like I share with you a bunch of stuff. You take the stuff you like and forget about the rest. The last thing I want to hit on is just Facebook and Instagram ads. I know we touched on this, but for those of you that don't know, what we can do, okay, this is the number one thing I'm doing to help real estate agents. I've probably helped close to 200 agents do this. If you have someone's email address and or phone number, you can take that piece of data, you can upload it into the back end of Facebook. It's called the Meta Business Suite. And if that contact information matches up to what they have registered in either their Facebook or their Instagram accounts, enough data, you can run a targeted ad to just that individual person. It's very inexpensive to do.
And I've
Yes,
heard this, but how does this, with housing, how does that work with that legal aspect of like, it's not having a targeted audience,
Well,
a specific
Paul,
targeted audience?
you don't target properties specific to them, you target your services,
It's a great question.
I'm guessing.
It's a great question. I don't know if you're asking about if you can do this with Facebook ads because of the fair housing policy,
Right.
but Facebook still lets you do it. It's the
Okay.
final loophole to running real estate related ads. Has anyone ran, you ever boosted, can you raise your hand if you boosted a post? Yeah, okay. Boost a post, spend some money, get some numbers that make you feel good, you know, and all right, cool. Okay, when I talk about Facebook and Instagram ads, I think there's two buckets, right? There's the bucket of, hey, I'm gonna spend some money and generate leads, and we can talk about that. That's how I got my start in title insurance, was I used to call listing agents and generate buyer leads for them. That's a whole other conversation. We're not talking about that today. We're talking about this bucket over here, which is top of mind brand awareness with your farm area, with your database, with your people that like or follow your Facebook page, with people that follow your Instagram account. You can hit just this core group of people and stay top of mind with them in addition to all the things you're doing. And what's great is it's automated. You can schedule these out to run and then just run. The best part is, I know we hammered on this earlier, the best part is I'm all about like, what's my price to value ratio and how much money am I spending? What's my P to V ratio? And the fact is there's a lot of ways to spend / waste money in this business. You all know it. If I run a Facebook and Instagram ad, for every dollar that I spend, when I set this up properly, I can reach about roughly 100 to 200 people. And it's not random people, it's people that I want to target, right? It's my database, it's my farm, it's my Instagram, it's my Facebook. We run these brand awareness ads at a very low cost, and we just run them typically one a month, January, February, March, April, and you're top of mind. Here's Shane, here's Michaela, boom, you're in the Facebook feed, you're in the Instagram stories, you're in Instagram Reels, you're all over. And this is just an addition to everything else you're doing, right? Shane, you hit on a good point earlier, you were doing your birthday cards and you got busy. This is another one of those things where you just set it and forget it, and it runs, it's done. The hardest part is setting it up, and that's where everyone gets stuck and they usually give up. Fortunately for you all, I figured out how to do it. So I can't go through one by one. I know we're out of time here, but if you all ever want to meet face-to-face, one-on-one, this is something we can do in about an hour. I've got it dialed in. All I need from you is the following. I need your Facebook business page set up. So you gotta have a Facebook business page. If you haven't done that, it takes about 5 minutes to do. Next up, you
Can
gotta
it run off, I'm sorry, can it run off of personal? Because I do a lot of my stuff from my personal page.
Great question, no. You
Okay.
can't run Facebook ads
Got
through a personal page.
Trying to-
It's gotta be a Facebook business page.
Okay.
So Facebook business page, this sounds obvious, but the number of times it slowed us down, you gotta figure out, we all have those password logins, figure out what your Facebook login credentials are. You need to know your username and password, your actual password, okay? For your Facebook and your Instagram, okay? Figure out what the heck that is. I sat down with agents, wait, I think it's this one. I think it's that one. And then 30 minutes go by, I'm like,
Real life.
yeah, and then you get like locked out and they think you're like a bot and then you can't get into your account. So figure out what that is, all right? And then lastly, just have an idea on what the heck you want to run as your first ad. And my biggest piece of advice to you is just don't overthink it. Do not overthink it. It could be your headshot. It could be something you previously posted on one of your platforms, and we can just push it out. The idea is we run $1 a day, for a month. You can see the analytics. I'm going to show you what the analytics look like right now and how this all works. I know we talked about it earlier, but what this looks like, because I'm a visual person, is right now, guys, I'm back in what's called the Meta Business Suite. This is where we can do all the advanced things. Unfortunately, when you boost a post, I think Facebook just steals your money. I think boosting a post is the gateway drug to running ads.
Yeah.
I think it's the starting point, but you can't really do all this stuff. You spend some money, oh, I got 5,000 impressions, oh, I felt good, you know, but they don't give you access. They don't give you access. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get any leads from it, but it felt good. I got 10.
Somebody done the right thing,
You know?
right?
Right?
Good enough they did.
But it didn't do shit, okay? And they don't give you access to all this advanced stuff back here. The moment you run anything that's an ad that's real estate related, have you seen it? You click it, boom. Now it goes from a 1 mile radius to a 15-mile radius. You can't target income brackets. You can't target homeowner. You can't target most likely to move. All that stuff's gone. This is the final loophole right here. We create what's called custom audiences. We take your database list. We take your customer list. That tool I shared with you earlier that maybe you checked the box on, Title Toolbox, we download the phone numbers and emails for that farm area. We upload it into here. Now we can run ads to just that farm.
Okay,
That's how we
can
stay
you
offensive.
go through that a little bit slower?
Sure, I got a little.
Because I get it, but this is going fast. Right,
Yes,
so custom audience,
yes. So, where's the tab? Where's the
so what we need to
Here
have
it is.
before.
Okay, so check this
We
out.
might need a whole nother class on
We
this,
might
because I
need
don't
like a
wanna ask
separate
1,000 questions,
yeah.
but I have them.
You're good. No, I just want to be respectful of everyone's time. If you all have a little bit more time,
No, I
I'm
love
good.
it.
Okay.
Well,
We have to go.
because the
Okay.
point is, we have to have certain things before we meet with you and waste your time.
No, you're not going to
So
waste time.
create a custom audience, but go ahead and have our other stuff all.
You just need a Facebook page.
downloaded and ready.
You need to figure out your login credentials.
Yeah, yeah.
You need to figure out what you want to run as an ad.
Yeah.
When we sit down,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna open this tool up and we're gonna download the phones and emails. Okay. Or you're
That
gonna.
Don't
tool
we
is
have to have that
the
in?
title tool,
But
It's in Title
that's
Toolbox.
where we have to
title
put it in.
toolbox.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what I missed.
Bonus points, and this is what I usually just recommend, just tell me what the north, south, east, west boundaries are of your farm area, and I can get it set up and ready to go for you, that way when we show up, it's done, okay? That's the other thing, if you ever need a farm list, don't even, if you want to go in there and nerd out on it, cool, or just tell me where the farm list is, or Ben, and we'll just pull it for you, okay? This tool though, we mapped out this farm area, right, over here. What you're seeing, oh, there's no screen. Oh, there it is. What you're seeing on this screen is their farm area and all the different ways that you can export that farm, right? So farm, just all the data. Look at that, they got core fact in there. If you end up using core fact, you can just automatically, it's formatted properly for core fact. That next one though, that's the one that I think a lot of people skip over, which is the most important one.
And the
Which is
most
Facebook.
historical one.
Downloads it.
Most important one, Facebook, right? We can download that, and the data is automatically formatted to now upload into Facebook. Why isn't that highlighted? It's missing because you gotta buy the phones and emails. Like I said earlier, Chicago Title subsidizes the costs. I've used tons of different systems. We subsidize the cost for you. It's 5 cents per phone number, 7 cents per email, 12 cents per property record, okay? You're only gonna pay for the data that matches. So in theory, if you had 100 homes and you had all of the data match, it'll cost you $12, okay? Once you have that contact information, yeah, what's the match? 1,700 times 12 cents. Again, you're not gonna have a perfect match, but in theory, that's how much it would cost. Then you download it right here through this Facebook feature. This one appears. We download it. We then,
I would anticipate about 40.
stick with me, Noel. We then,
I am, because last time I did this, but then we couldn't do that. You couldn't get phones and emails.
No, you're right, the last time,
Before COVID,
yeah, but, prior company that I worked at, you could not get phone numbers or emails.
Yeah.
We have access to phone numbers and emails.
got it.
Jared, do you have hot movers in this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sellers.
so
They're
instead
probably
of
most
doing,
likely to sell, right?
okay, so
Next
instead of doing all 1,200, like how many would be in that farm? How many,
I think there's 170.
so 170 times.
That are hot movers.
Yeah.
If you
See,
click on
ours
it,
is
it's the new possible
90
leads.
that it matched.
Check this out. So right here, that's guys, I've only scratched the surface on this. You can pull homes most likely to sell, right? Within their farm area of about, I think it was like, what, 1,500, 1,600 people? There's 169 homes predicted based on analytics most likely to sell in the next 12 months, okay? So if you just wanted that, right, and then you wanted to get those phones and emails, right, and you want to buy them right here, It's gonna, you know, upfront, it's gonna charge you for both phones and emails. It should be like, what, $20? Boom,
$20.28.
you nailed that one. Yep, 2020.
That says it all.
Do you have to buy credits for this, or can you just pay when it
You
charges?
used to have to use credits, which I didn't like. It's now a credit card
Right, because
system.
Empire has a similar tool, you have to buy
That's what we
credits, and I put a
use.
bunch of money on it, and they
Credits that
couldn't,
we're not
and they
Yep.
couldn't hold what I needed, and.
Yep, so it used to be a credit back.
April did tell us,
Yeah.
she saved our butts, she was like, do not put a bunch of money in.
Yeah,
And she said the same thing to us, we didn't put a bunch of money in it,
More
right.
than I would have liked,
More
more
than
than I
we
would
would
have
like.
used.
Thought you were
but
gonna,
more
yeah.
than we're using.
No, but I agree, like if you had, say, 1,700 homes times 12 cents, that's 204, and maybe you only get a $100 match, you got 104 credit in there, that's okay?
That's a one-time tool, but seriously, you might pay that 4 times a year if you wanna update your
Put it
list.
off, so-
Correct, yeah, down there.
I reached
Yep.
30 more people.
Cool. Are we all on the same page? Are we good? I'm cool.
I love the information you
All right,
shared.
hopefully not too much. I already started with that.
I respect the fact that you didn't spend the entire time selling me something.
I got nothing to sell.
Well, no, just in general, you weren't here to sell.
Yeah.
Well, wait, that's next. That's next.
Wait, you can't leave.
There's more.
All right, so your credit card has to go on the
Is this where
form.
we get on the ski lift and it takes us into the next conference room?
Yeah, and it takes you to the timeshare.
But he sells those shirts.
Right?
I do.
So before you guys leave, Jared and I both have kids, and we've knitted these sweaters ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
No, but
He didn't go
really,
vegan.
honestly, like, you're showing us products that are very useful. You have nothing to gain from us using these products other than, you know, respect. And God forbid somebody wants to gain that.
Thank you. Thank you. The last thing I'm going to share, just to wrap this up, guys, is I want to show you, I want to prove to you how this is so cheap and what it looks like. So I practice what I preach. I told you all earlier. I send direct mail. I run Facebook, Instagram ads. I do Google ads. I do all this stuff so that way when I speak to an audience, I know what the heck I'm talking about. You can see here some ads that I've had running, I've been running. Let me change my time frame here. And what I want to show you here, usually I'll run these at $1 a day. You can see here I'm a big spender right now. I'm running this one at $2 a day. But what I want to show you are the analytics. So I've spent $32.96. This ad has been shown 2,772 times to 1,738 people. Remember, this is specific people that I've uploaded. 32.96 divided by 2,772 impressions, okay? I'm averaging somewhere around a penny per impression, okay?
Yeah.
Honestly, that's not a bad return for me. That's like a worst case scenario thing. I see most people get somewhere between 100 and 200 impressions. Let me look at like this one down here for my CPM. Yeah, here's one. I spent $46, right? 46, 9,163 impressions, 9,603, right? That one's just about a half a penny an impression. So.
What kind of ads are you running?
What I do, this is my workflow, okay? I upload my content, depends on what channel I'm on. If it's something I push out on Instagram and I wanna run an ad to it, I'll upload it to my Instagram account, okay? Once it's ran organically for about 48 hours, I then will push it out as an ad and I'll grab it. And this could be typically video content, right? Like this was, I do all sorts of stuff. I do, recap of my trip to this mastermind event. Here's 3 listing tips. And all I do is I just share value, right? Right, here's 3 listing tips, right? And some of the stuff we kind of covered today on some ideas. And at the end of the day, it just says Jared Larkin Chicago Title, Jared Larkin Chicago Title, it just pops up. And my goal is I want, Michaela to see my ad maybe 1 or 2 times per week. I want her to see the same thing for about a month. Maybe she'll see it somewhere between 4 to 8 times. Again, it's a subjective number. You control the interface. Bless you, depending on how much money you want to spend.
Totally off subject, who does your editing, your video stuff?
I do personally because I like to do it. It's
What do you use?
Again, so coming from like a professional video kind of background, I use Final Cut X. I just use Final Cut Pro all my life, so I just know it like the back of my hand. But it honestly, if I were you, if you're not stuck on an editing system, I would consider looking at CapCut. It's a very popular editing, user-friendly tool. starts off free. Or another one I use is called Descript. So like all these ones and these ads, don't worry guys, I'll get you on my targeting soon too. You'll start seeing my ads, you know.
I use InShot.
I like everything but the music.
Dude, I said literally what I told Walt this morning, but then again, you can get on Instagram and you can get any song you want, so.
I've picked up that actually you're probably better off blowing the music off and then.
Adding it when
Right,
you're
if you wanna have your voiceover or any of that, have that all, you can do that all in InShot, but then add your audio via Facebook or Instagram, whichever,
Exactly.
or both really,
Yeah.
because put reels on both, even though they're the same reel, and they do feed to each other, and you can do that. But, because that way you can attach the trending audio, and that's going to bring more into your audience, especially from outside of your sphere.
Yeah. Thank you for that. That's actually.
No,
great.
good.
I listen to too many podcasts.
Oh, good for you.
I like that, yeah.
So many.
Yeah, so Descript or CapCut, Descript, it's spelled Descript, okay? And they have some decent audio in there that I like, that like, you know, it bumps, I like it. You know, it's not gonna be your trending audio.
No, I have an iPhone, it has no bass.
Yeah. Yeah, I dive deeper into this if I do like, maybe I'll have to come back sometime, we'll do like a video marketing class. I'll show you how I like mass. What I do is I'll batch shoot my content, like I'll book out 4 hours and I'll have all my content ready to go for the next month. And then I'll just push it out. And I'll kind of show you my workflow.
Trade you a listing for more information. We got lots of listings and I need lots of information, so.
I'm happy to help. All right, guys, I think that's it. I think that's it. Yeah, we did all that. Everyone, that form, if you could,
Group text, you can do it.
just, if you filled out that form, could you please just plug in your name, email? If you want to meet one-on-one with me and Ben, circle yes or no at the bottom. If you want to download this slide deck, guys, it's right here.